Hello, everybody, and welcome to RV Lifestyle's RV Podcast. This is episode
512.
512 episodes. Wow, how time flies. Seems like we just started. Hey, I'm Mike Wendland. This is my lifelong traveling companion, Jennifer, and we are back from our big trip to the Canadian Maritimes, the Fantasy RV tour that we took with about 49 of our supporters. And what a great time that was, wasn't it?
It really was super fun.
Yep. All right. This week, we have a very important topic, particularly for those of you who travel with pets. We're going to talk about a tragic story involving a dog who died because of being overheated in an RV when the air conditioner went out. And this is a sad story. We're going to give you some ways that you can make sure that doesn't happen to you. But it's a very serious topic, and stay with us for that. We are delighted to be back with you. I could have stayed in the Maritimes for the rest of the year. It was that great.
It was relaxing and pretty. The people were nice, and it was a hard place to leave.
So a lot of people said, well, why did you come back? Because you guys run your own schedule. Well, we sort of run our own schedule, but you guys really run our schedule.
Yeah, we got to get back to get the podcast going and all the other things that we need to do.
RV show season starts off. Now, we're not going to Hershey this year. We are expected to go to the Elkhart dealer open house, which for us, in trying to do video on new RVs, is actually more productive than going to Hershey, where because of the crowds, it's just very difficult for us to get the time we need to go in each RV, because the public's there to see them too. And there's a lot of public there at the Hershey show, and there are more and more people doing videos like we do, so it's kind of overexposed. So for that reason, we are staying home for Hershey this year, but we will be at the Elkhart dealer open house, where even more newer RVs are often introduced to the dealers who come there. That's not open to the public, so it's a little easier for us to get in and shoot the videos. And then
I can't encourage everybody enough to go to the Hershey RV show, because if you're interested in RVs or you have one and you just want to see what's new and you just want to get excited by the crowd and you want to go into the areas where they sell accessories, you'll see all kinds of things. And it just is really a fun place to go. So if you can, make it there.
yes, it is America's largest RV show. Although the folks in Tampa in January will argue that they're really larger, but either one, they're both huge shows.
Mm-hmm.
And then our big gathering, we have our fall gathering for our RV lifestyle followers, and we're really excited about that. It's going to be in Navarre, Florida, the first week of October.
That is just around the corner. It is sold out, and we are looking forward to meeting new people and reacquainting with people that we've met at other things.
And again, that one's sold out early on, but we'll do some live feeds from there, and you'll be able to meet many of the people. Why October in Florida? Because it's the best month of the year.
I think October is just a great month everywhere.
Everywhere, yeah. You have the fall colors starting to show in the north,
Yeah.
but in Florida, on the beach, October. That's the best month we have found.
Yeah, usually it's not too hot. It's just beautiful and pleasant.
Yep. All right, we're going to get the conversation of the week, but right now I want to tell you about a woman I met last week. We were camping in Maine on our way back from Canada, and I had just gotten in and I was setting it all up, and she was camped across the street and down from us and came over. She recognized us. Actually, she recognized Bo first. And she came over and she wanted to thank me for saving her over $1,000. And I was really surprised. I said, well, what do you mean I saved you $1,000? And she told me that when she bought her RV, the dealer tried to sell her an extended warranty. And it was pretty expensive, she said. And she remembered us talking about wholesale warranties in our podcast. And I mentioned that before you buy, don't take what the dealer offers. Check it out. Call wholesale warranties. Have them shop it around and tailor the program for what you need, not just what the dealer wants to do. Well, she did that, and she ended up saving over $1,000. Plus, she has peace of mind now that if her RV breaks,
What?
it's covered.
RVs, they are such complex machines, like with so many, just countless parts. And, things do go wrong. And repairs can, as you know, be very costly. But you don't have to face that stress alone. With an RV extended warranty from Wholesale Warranties, you can erase those unexpected costs and keep your journey on track.
Now, did you know that your RV is going to break down? It is going to break down. So it's just inevitable. I mean, it's like driving an RV on the road with a constant earthquake. So don't let a mechanical failure ruin your vacation or your road trip. You want an RV extended warranty. It will give you peace of mind. It protects what is likely your second most significant investment, which is your home away from home. Your first one is your home, but now your RV is your home away from home. And usually that's the second most expensive thing people buy.
So whether you got a brand new RV or if you've got a used one, Wholesale Warranties can get you covered for nearly every electrical and mechanical component on your RV, from engine and transmission failures to your heating, your cooling, and even your coach components like slide outs and refrigerators. And unlike monthly insurance premiums, their warranties are a one-time purchase that can protect you for up to 7 years.
So no matter how many claims you make, you're covered. You don't need to wait on this. Get your peace of mind today. We have a special affiliate link that you can check out Wholesale Warranty. It's no obligation. They'll check it out, give you a price on what you want. Go to rvlifestyle.com/warranty. rvlifestyle.com/warranty, and you'll get no strings attached. Quote, rvlifestyle.com/warranty. The only thing that you should have to worry about on the road is, where do you go next? Again, rvlifestyle.com/warranty. All right, our conversation of the week. This is a terrible story about a dog that died in a 100-degree RV. And this is just really a sad story.
Yeah, it's a couple, they tragically lost their dog while they're camping, and they're sharing their story as a warning to others. Dawn Silver and her husband were camping in Ohio with their dog, Chief. They planned an outing with their grandkids to a fair and left their dog, Chief, in the RV while they were gone. And to keep Chief safe, they bought a new generator and made sure it was full of gas and that everything was good. But when they returned hours later, to their horror, they discovered the generator had turned off, their RV was easily more than 100 degrees, and their beloved pet was lying listless, barely moving, foaming at the mouth, and then their dog died. So what happened?
Well, apparently, the air conditioner was working so hard that it blew a fuse or popped a breaker, and on that hot summer day, the temperature in their rig was over 100 degrees, and that killed their dog. They were gone 6 hours, and they thought they were all set. They'd filled up that generator, and they bought it just for that trip for Chief. And they're sharing their story as a warning to others that a generator powering the air conditioner alone is not enough. It's such a tragic story, and we want to also say that their willingness to share their pain hopefully will help others protect their pets. And there's a couple ways to do it. One of the things that we have recommended for years that we use ourselves is a product called Waggle. Now, Waggle is a monitor, and you set it up in your RV. It works on the cellular network, and it monitors the temperature when you step away from your RV. And this is a really important thing to do. Now, as a test, we have Waggle in our fifth wheel, our Montana fifth wheel. And about almost 2 hours ago, the temperature in that Montana was 70 degrees. I made sure all the air conditioner was off. I left Waggle on, and I'm going to call up the Waggle app on the phone. The temperature in the RV right now is 90.41 degrees. We'll keep it right up there, 90.41 degrees. And the humidity is 52.95. Now, 90.41 is the temperature where the Waggle is. It may be even hotter in different parts of the RV. But can you see that? This is a little app, and I have the sound turned off right now, but this thing will notify us. I've got the got it set so if the temperature goes above 90, it sends me a text alert. And this is really handy if you are, say, going to, if you're going to go out for dinner.
Yeah, and if you do go out for dinner, go for dinner close to where your rig is. Don't get too far away.
Yes, because if you get this thing going off the beep beep, you could see it went from a little over 70 degrees to over 90 in less than 2 hours in ours. Now I guarantee by the time we get done recording this podcast, the temperature is probably going to be pushing 100. That's too hot. It's too hot for people. It's certainly too hot for pets, which are even less tolerant of heat than humans. So it's really important. Now we've used it like if we're near a beach, we'll go and hang out on the beach. You can't bring your dog on most beaches, but we're only gone for maybe an hour and a half, and I check the temperature frequently. When we go, if we want to go to a movie, if we're in a museum, we check it very frequently. But like Jennifer says, you don't want to be so far away, like at a fair with your grandkids, and then get this thing and it's going to take you an hour or half hour or 40 minutes to get back. Because if that temperature goes up, if something fails and the air conditioner goes out, you want to be able to get back right away. So we recommend, and there may be other monitors out there like Waggle. I don't know. We've had Waggle for years, and it's just what we use. And we urge you to get it. We have, I'll put the description below. I'll put a link to it. It's our Amazon affiliate link. And Amazon, we get a small commission. You don't pay any more, but that helps us with our costs and bringing you all the content we do. So we'll put our Amazon link to Waggle for you in the show notes. But that's one thing.
And another thing that you need is soft startup.
Now, soft startup lets you run your air conditioners with less than a power drain, whether it's on a generator, like in the case of the story we just shared with you, or if you say are, like we were just up in Canada and we had only 30 amp hookups many times. Many RVs have 2 air conditioners. Well, 30 amps isn't going to run 2 of them. But if you have something called soft startup, you can run 2. If you're running a generator, a smaller generator, soft startup, which goes between the generator and the pedestal and your RV, soft startup ameliorates the spike that when that compressor comes on. It's to help explain it, because I'm trying to explain it. I'm not great at explaining it because it sounds much more complicated than it is. But I got a hold of Doug Curtis on the phone. Doug is the guy who kind of invented it. He used to work with Dometic for many years, and he's the one who really came up with soft startup. It is a really cool device, and I asked him to explain how, like in this circumstance, running it off a generator, how soft startup would allow that generator to keep running. Here's the interview with Doug. Well, Doug Curtis joins us now. Doug, first of all, this tragic story, we don't have all of the details. We don't know the brands of the generator and what kind of an air conditioner it was. But we do know what a product called Soft Start Up RV does, which you guys have.
Right.
Explain how that would provide a peace of mind to RVers when they leave the AC on with their pet. And maybe it's only a 30 amp cycle, maybe it's a small generator. How does your product give us some peace of mind about this?
Okay. Well, for years, we've been trying to help people with this exact situation, tragic as it is. For us, what we do, and we've been doing this we're probably, I think, over 5 years, but of course, I've been involved with the soft starts ever since my days at Dometic. But anyway, everybody was always saying, you know what, we want to reduce the inrush current so it doesn't really spike. So when that air conditioner maybe cycles off and it's really hot outside, it's going to come back and come back on. And when it comes back on, depending on the size of your generator, and we don't know what the size was, but if it's a small generator, like a Honda 2200, generally the smallest one you can use with a product like a soft start, it will start the RV air conditioner. Well, what this soft startup does, and thanks for mentioning it, thanks for calling me. We're really excited about it, working on it for 5 years. What this would do would enable somebody to be able to plug into the generator plug into their surge protector, plug into the generator, then plug this into their coach. It's just plug and play. I mean, you can see this part goes right into the either the power pedestal or the generator, and this is a 30 amp. And then you add if you're going to go to 30 amp, you would add a little 50 to 30 converter, right? Or if you're going into a situation in a driveway where you're going into 15 amp, you go from a 15 to or 50 to a 30. It's difficult to explain to the average RVer, but basically, your air conditioner requires a huge input of current to get it to start. And if you don't have that reservoir in that generator, then you could have a failure. I'm not saying that's all the reasons that this could have happened. It could have been some other problem with the air conditioner, but since the air conditioner failed to start, that's why we have these problems.
And the air conditioner may be running, but the compressor is what takes up all of that juice.
Right.
The fan and the air conditioner can run, and that may last for a long time. But when the compressor cycles back on,
right,
there's a huge voltage spike.
Oh yeah,
and that can, if you don't have soft start, can trip the
right,
breakers on the AC, and then your air conditioner is not going to work, and it's going to get very hot in there.
Well, let me try to. You said something I might be able to help maybe explain it. Usually when that air conditioner is coming back, it's going to, it's coming back for a restart because it got hot again. So it hits that set point. It spikes up to, let's say it's a 15K Dometic. It could spike up to 72. We eliminate that spike to 72 that really is demanding on the generator. We reduce it by 50%. So all of a sudden, it only has to go up to 35, okay? So I hope that explains it. Big spike, but we're reducing that spike so it gives the generator perhaps greater capacity.
And that's not going to cause something that would then cause a breaker inside the RV to trip and the AC to go down.
Right.
Well, we're going to link to it. We have a special link. We recommend your product. We use it ourselves.
Thank you so much.
And we will push this in the description below.
Yeah.
You guys have been on our partner page for years. We've been with you guys, I think, for 5 years. And as soon as we had that story, I realized I needed to tell people again about Soft Startup. So,
well, thank you so much for thinking of us.
And it's not just with a generator that Soft Start helps out.
Yeah, if you're, say, mooch stocking at friends or relatives, and it's hot and you want to end the AC, but all you got is there a plug in their garage, that 15, 20 amp circuit, Soft Startup will give you enough juice because it takes away that spike and it evens up the current draw, and it will let you run your air conditioner. So it's a great thing to have. It used to be you had to get up on the roof and install it on your air conditioner itself, and now it's just this thing that plugs right into the pedestal or into a generator if you're using the generator. So between those two things, Soft Startup and Waggle, if you travel with the dog, you really need to have that. Again, we'll put our Amazon link for Waggle, and I'm just going to pull up the temperature inside our RV right now and see if we can figure out what it is now. I think it was 90.41 when we checked it just a few minutes ago. There it is. The heat index now 96.8.
Wow.
That's the heat index inside our RV. 96.8. Way too hot. So be really careful when you have pets and air conditioning. Don't go way too far. All right, so check all that out. And again, we're so sorry for that story, but thank you to that couple for sharing it as a lesson for all of us. All right, that's our RV conversation of the week.
And now it's for the social media buzz with Wendy Boyer.
Hi, everybody. Over in our RV Lifestyle Community's general discussion space, we had a recent post from Trisha. Trisha wrote, "Have you had critters steal your belongings? We had a squirrel steal a small, bright pink cooking spoon, and we still haven't found it." I love this post, maybe because I love little critters, but there were a lot of things here that were fun to read. Doreen, she had a story about raccoons. She said several years ago they were camping, they were lying in bed nighttime, and they were in a pop-up. and they heard this funny sound under their bed, kind of like a scrabbling, a rush, a dragging sound. Now, earlier in the day, they had been canoeing, and they had put their canoe and all their canoe gear underneath the beds. And so here they are, hours later, in bed, and they hear this funny sound. So Doreen's husband got up, he got a flashlight, and he went out and he looked, and there was a raccoon trying to steal a life jacket. And then another person, Julie, she had a story about raccoons too. This time the raccoon was stealing a bag of bagels from her neighbor. And Suzanne, she said years ago when they were camping in Logan, Utah, they had issues with jays. These blue jays would just swoop down, and anything at all on the picnic table that wasn't in a container or bag was swept away. It was fun to read. Made me think of a recent news story about a fox that was stealing flip-flops outside people's RVs. You just never know what might happen when you're out there camping. And then also in our RV lifestyle, this time in the boondocking space, we asked people what tip they could share with everyone of a lesson they learned the hard way during a recent off-the-grid camping experience. Over a dozen suggestions here that are all worth listening to and reading. But a couple that caught my eye was one from Robin. She said to check your refrigerator and make sure it's on the correct mode. So if you're boondocking, you probably need to make sure that it's on propane. Martin's tip was to pay attention to the amount of shade you choose to camp under. I can see how that would make a big difference if you're in the sun and you don't have electricity and no way to cool down. And then there was a tip about make certain you know where you are when you're boondocking off the grid. Know the local nearest mile marker. Know where the nearest health care facility is, just in case. So again, lots of great gems in that thread. And then over in our RV lifestyle community, we had a post from Kim, and she wrote, "What in tarnation? No one told us about all the containers that we have in our RV, all of them that hate changes in elevation. So many of our condiments, our toiletry, and our tubes have excreted their contents everywhere. Newbies, be advised, elevation will affect your items." And this post was just got over 300 responses. So many people could relate. Sounds like Kim was somewhere flat and low, went into Colorado. And when she got up around 10,000 feet, well, a lot of items in her rig did not like that. There were so many comments. Christina said she can relate. They've had pop cans explode, chip bags just burst open because of changes in elevation. Ari had a bottle of mustard that just squirted everywhere, which, that must have been so hard to get out of your clothing. And there was just person after person sharing stories. Some were sharing pictures of what their potato chip bags look like, all swollen up because of a change in elevation. Really fun to read. And there were also some good tips here. A couple people recommended, maybe emptying some of those liquid containers so they're not so full. One person recommended putting a small hole in your chip bag so the air has somewhere to go, and then transferring it maybe to a Ziploc bag or something when you get to your destination. And quite a few people recommended just buying those food items, what you can, at a higher elevation so that way your things aren't going from really low to really high. So that's it. That's it for me this week. I'm Wendy Boyer, and I'll see you over in the RV Lifestyle community or Facebook group.
Our RV Lifestyle social media presence is huge out there. 433,000 members of our Facebook group, and I admit it gets pretty noisy out there sometime, but about 15,000 members on our community. And that's the one I really urge you guys to sign up for, community.rvlifestyle.com. You have an RV question, a comment, none of those things disappear. We've got a million different spaces for different aspects of the RV lifestyle. Just go check it out, community.rvlifestyle.com. All right, it's time now for the RV question of the week.
And the question is, how do you two plan your RV travels? Choose campgrounds and etc. It seems overwhelming to me, and this is from Denise.
Oh, Denise, it is overwhelming at times if you think about it. We use a lot of different apps, but the one that we consistently use and have for years is something called the RV Trip Wizard. And while I'll check on some of the other apps like the Dirt, that's a really good one. Adventure Genie is another one that we've used. But I really like RV Trip Wizard for a number of reasons. First of all, this is part of the RV Life Pro suite, and it has several different tools that you get. For one of them, full current campground reviews. You get an RV Life app, which means when you set up a route, you can download it. So if you lose, anything, from your cell phone connection, it's safe. You're not dependent on GPS for it, and that's handy to have. You also have a maintenance check sheet for your RV, and just lots of stuff. But what we really like it for most is the RV Trip Wizard. And what it does is it allows you to set your starting point and your destination. And it draws then a map. It gives you several different routes, but it'll give you the best route that it recommends for you to take. And then you can say, I want to stop and drive no more, for example, in our case, 330 miles. So it will then draw on the map, well, here's where 330 miles is. And then you can enable things to show you different stops. It allows you to check campgrounds, and then pop, they'll show up along your route. And then it's really simple. You just click on those and you can see every campground and you get the ratings on it. So the first thing we look for is on a scale of 10, we only really want campgrounds that have an 8 to a 10 rating. Immediately that kind of helps you off. The ratings are based on a number of reviews, and it's sort of the average. So not one bad one is going to tilt it too bad. And we look for good ratings. We use that as a general guide. Then you can click on the website for that campground, look it over, see what it looks like. Did that going out to Maine, which is where our Canadian tour started, and then we did it coming back to Michigan from Maine. And it was just so nice. Every campground we picked was just perfect for us. We got pull-throughs, and it was great. So that's called RV Trip Wizard. To get it, you have to be part of what's called RV Life Pro. It costs $65 a year for an annual membership. We can save some money on that, though. And it comes, this is a good deal, it comes with a 7-day free trial. So you can sign up and then try it out for 7 days. And if it takes a little bit of a learning curve, and if you don't like it, then you can cancel it. But from that $65, we can save you 25% off that. If you use the coupon code RV Lifestyle, it'll save you 25% off. Now you have to enter that discount code on a computer. If you try to sign up with a mobile app, there's no place to put the coupon code. So here's the link for that discount. A 25% discount. It's pretty good. rvlifestyle.com/RVLifePro. rvlifestyle.com/RVLifePro. And we'll put that in the description too. So we really like that. But we want to talk to you a little bit about reviews too, because we do use those as a general guide. But we received some email this past week, and I think it was even from our social media actually, from somebody named Christina, and she gave us an interesting perspective about reviews. And I want you to hear what it has. We have a copy of it. So.
Okay. So Christina wrote us and said, I work in a campground office this summer, and it has opened my eyes. A lot of campers do expect a lot and have unrealistic expectations.
She gave us some scenarios in this email.
So Christina has had campers call or come in expecting them to serve as concierge. I can give you the name of some restaurants or attractions, maybe a whale watching company, but no, I don't know all the pricing, current schedules, and no, I can't set that up for you. People will also call us and ask for all the information for the national parks nearby rather than calling the park. Campers call and advise they just got their trailer, and when they arrive, they need us to show them how to operate everything. No, we can't do that. Oh, I don't have a pull-through site? Well, I don't know how to back my camper in. Can you do it? No, we cannot. What do you mean I can't leave my dog alone tied to a tree while I'm out sightseeing for 5 hours? I don't like my site. I want to move. I'm sorry, we're full and can't move you. I decided I'm leaving today because it's supposed to rain. I want a refund for the rest of my stay. Sorry, no refunds for that. And guests think it's not an inconvenience when they're in their site 30 minutes to 2 hours after the checkout time. They act like we're unreasonable trying to get them out when really they're inconveniencing the campers due to come in after them. I've watched all of those turn into bad reviews full of lies and colorful fake versions of what actually happened. They're mad and they want to make us look bad. They strategically leave out what they want to leave out. I've stayed at plenty of campgrounds that have had bad reviews and had a great time. Christina Mason.
Well, thank you, Christina, for sharing that. And that is a really good point. And that's what I say. When you read reviews, read them in total. In fact, read all of them. And if you suddenly see a bad review, and that's the only one that says something like that, all the others are positive, you have to wonder, how accurate is that bad review? And you can usually read between the lines and find out if you've got somebody who's just trying to get back at the campground, or is cranky, or is somebody who is just taking maybe something that happened to them and then saying that they're all like that at the campground. So be very careful about reviews. And it's not unheard of that some good reviews are filed by the campgrounds themselves. It's not uncommon that some bad reviews are filed by campground rivals or competitors. And a lot of bad reviews come from bad people. I don't know how else to describe it. People who want to get even for some perceived slight. So read them with some skepticism and take them in their totality. And what I like about RV Trip Wizard is the way it takes a number of different reviews and gives you an overall rating, and use that as a general guide. But read with some skepticism. If it's too gushy or if it's too negative, you know that the truth is probably somewhere in between. We've had just great luck following those reviews that we found on RV Trip Wizard, and we urge you guys to try it too. All right, you got a question or comment for us? You can reach us anytime, Mike and Jen at rvlifestyle.com. That's a podcast for this week. We thank you guys so much for watching.
Happy trails!